Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. Have you ever had the feeling that you're a little bit smarter than most people you know? I mean, we all have our moments of brilliance, right? But here's a fun notion. What if those quirky habits you've been downplaying are actually signs of an unusually high level of intelligence? I mean, think about it. Maybe that tendency to talk to yourself isn't so weird after all, or perhaps your constant daydreaming isn't a sign of an unfocused mind, but rather the mark of a genius. So, if you've ever found yourself pondering, am I secretly a genius? Then just wait 1 second, I'm going to get right into this, and you might just uncover some unexpected indicators of intelligence as I go through each of these items. Now, the first one is talking to yourself. I mean, let's kick it off with that. It's one that often raises eyebrows, right? Now, before you start worrying about your sanity, hear me out. You know, this habit might seem a little odd to some, but actually could be a sign of extremely high intelligence. Research suggests that this behavior can actually help you think more clearly and efficiently. And it's like having your own personal sounding board, right? Allowing you to work through complex thoughts and ideas. So the next time you catch yourself having a conversation with, well, yourself, just remember, you're not crazy. I love it. I talk to myself all the time. You know, or how about being a night owl? I have kids that like to stay up really late. They're night owls. You know, and so this one hits close to home for me. But I've always been more of a night owl myself, you know, and while others are tucked into bed by 10 p.m., in the past I've found myself most productive and creative in the wee hours of the morning. And it turns out that this might not just be a sleep pattern preference for me. You see, studies have found a correlation between nocturnal tendencies and higher intelligence levels. Now, for all you fellow night owls out there, we're not just insomniacs, we're potentially geniuses. How about that? Is that awesome or what? Or constant daydreaming. Think about this. When you were in school, you were probably a daydreamer and your teacher would pull you back into place, right? And say, Douglas, pay attention. And of course I'd pay attention. I stopped daydreaming. Well, when I stopped daydreaming, I stopped fantasizing about bigger and better things. And I had to retrain my mind to daydream again. But let's dive into this because this is a personal favorite of mine. I cannot tell you how many times I've been caught staring off into the distance, lost in my own world. It happens all the time, and it might seem like I'm zoning out. My kids will say, Dad's staring off again. But in reality, my mind is just buzzing with ideas, scenarios, and solutions. I'm constantly thinking. You know, and interestingly enough, daydreaming isn't just a sign of an active imagination. It might also point to a higher level of intelligence. You see, research suggests that daydreamers are often better at problem solving and creative thinking. So the next time you find yourself drifting off during a meeting or while you're waiting for the bus or sitting at a red light, remember, you're not being spacey. You're just flexing your intellectual muscles 100%, right? Because you and me, we're winning. We're winning. We're doing great things. And you know, these little quirks are things that can hold us back because we feel different. But I want you to remember that just because we do a little spacing off now and then, or you know, maybe we stay up a little late at night, things that other people might look upon as being quirky, hey, we're just flexing our intellectual might because you know what? We're dreamers, we're goal setters, and we're working towards a better future. And you know what? They can't understand that always, and it's not always up to us to explain it to them either, right? But we just need to know that, hey, we might be a little different, but it's in our difference and in our uniqueness that makes us who we are, and it makes us better. And I'm telling you what, you know, being forgetful, now this one might come as a surprise to you. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you're there? Or maybe you constantly misplace your keys or your phone. You know, before you start worrying about your memory, consider this. Forgetfulness can be an indicator of intelligence. You know, you heard me right. Research has found that intelligent people are often more forgetful because their brains are filled with an abundance of thoughts and ideas, making it difficult to keep track of the mundane details. 100%. See? And how about solitude? Are you somebody who likes to be alone? When I was younger, I used to go for car rides by myself for hours, and I just wanted to be alone with my thoughts so I could figure things out. You know what I mean? Have you been there? Well, I'll tell you what, there isn't anything better than curling up with a good book or spending a quiet evening alone with your thoughts. But I'll tell you what, if that sounds like you, then you're in good company because I'm there with you. And research shows that many highly intelligent people are known to enjoy their own company. It's not being antisocial, but rather about having the space to think and reflect. And according to a study published in the British Journal of Psychology, something I read recently stated that individuals with high intelligence tend to experience lower life satisfaction with more frequent socialization with friends. In other words, smart people might be happier spending more time alone. And if you're somebody who values your alone time, take it as a compliment to your intellect, right? Or how about being messy? Now I'll be the first to admit, if you look at my desk here in front of the camera, it's not the tidiest, okay? I have my books and I have my goal card and I have all my stuff. Just in case I talk about something, I can show it to you. Sometimes I'll mention the goal card and I can pull it up and show you. I always have a goal card with me at all times. It's the most powerful tool that I utilize to better my life and to enhance my circumstance. Or maybe I need to get some good information. So I have my books here. I have Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, one of my favorites. It's a knowledge point that I look to quite often in order to engage in some intellectual discussions with myself. But I tell you what, books stacked haphazardly, sticky notes scattered everywhere, and a favorite coffee mug always in sight. To an outsider, that might look like chaos. But to me personally, it's a creative mess. And apparently this could be a good thing because research suggests that a messy desk can actually stimulate creative thinking and spark new ideas. And for those neat freaks who've given me the side eye over the years, take note. A cluttered desk is not a sign of laziness. It could actually be a sign of extreme intelligence. And if you question everything, finally, let's talk about curiosity. I think it's very important. Always asking questions, seeking answers, and challenging the status quo is not just a sign of a curious mind, but it's also a sign of a high intellect. Albert Einstein once said, "I have no special talent. I'm only passionately curious." This insatiable curiosity is often a hallmark of highly intelligent individuals. If you're the type of person who always wants to know why or how things work, do not stop. Your quest for knowledge is a sign of your intellectual prowess. If you're always searching for knowledge points, answers, and better ways to live your life, that's a great way to live, and that's going to facilitate a better process and a better life for you in the future. So embrace your quirks. There you have it. If you found yourself nodding along to anything with me here, then it's safe to say that you're likely smarter than the average bear. But here's why it's really important. Embrace it. Those quirky habits you have, they're not just eccentricities, they're indicators of your intellectual prowess. They're badges of honor in the world of the mind. And remember, Albert Einstein also once said, the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. So take pride in your daydreaming, your late nights, and even your messy desk. They're not just quirks. They're signs that you're thinking, exploring, and constantly pushing the boundaries of your own intellect. I'm telling you what, friends, it's going to be a beautiful day today. Embrace yourself, embrace your family. We have some holidays coming up here. Let's care about everyone. Let's show how we've changed. Other people are going to notice. Remember, we can't change them. We can only change ourselves. So if folks are a little different around you because you've changed a little bit with me over the last 8 months, that's okay. Engage with them. Care about them and love them. They're important to you, and you're important to me. And I want you to have a beautiful day. Friends, you're worth it, you're great, and your little quirks may not be little quirks. They might be signs that you're more intelligent than the average bear. They might be signs you're more inquisitive than the average individual. And they might also be signs that you're on the right track. So where people might say, oh, that's odd or that's a little weird, hey, I'm just going down the right road, baby, and I'm headed toward good things, and good things are headed towards me. And I believe that's true for you as well. So listen, you're wonderful, you're amazing. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, friends. Don't forget, I care about you, and you're worth it. Take care.